Oh, snap. Before we react to The Boys, we wanted to let you know that we were able to make today's video thanks to today's sponsor, Skillshare. I love learning about basically anything, from languages to music to entrepreneurship and storytelling. And we got a lot of messages from you guys saying that our content has inspired you to learn music theory, and Skillshare is a good place for that. As a college student, I don't really spend too much on things outside of necessities, and I'm sure many of you people can relate. But with Skillshare having hundreds of courses for only $10 a month, especially compared to cost per credit hours at a local university, it's definitely worth the price. But on top of that, we have a fantastic deal for you. The first 1,000 of you to sign up using the link in the description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. Time to let the boys steal our hearts.
There's a new show called The Boys out that's pretty good. Sorry, that makes no difference to anybody.
Okay.
I didn't do anything for the world with that comment.
Now reacting to
Yes.
the 11-member boy group called The Boys and their 2020 comeback called The Stealer. As Sadie from Soul Beats writes, lyrically, The Stealer makes proclamations about the boys' heart-stealing identity. They boast about the ways in which they will carry out their mission, only to be fooled by a love interest. The song is composed by Kochin Sendo, Theo Lawrence, and Yuki, and then the Boys member Sunwoo participated in writing the lyrics. Are you guys ready for your heart to be stolen?
I mean, no one else has it, so yeah.
Damn!
Okay, go. Ooh.
Cool vibe.
That piano, though.
Yeah.
Heart, lock it down.
Where are we going?
Immediate halftime?
Introducing the seventh was, I don't know, that was really noteworthy. Oh, snap.
Oh my god, the bass. Like the naturalistic sound. That's really cool shit. Good production.
I love how the funk kicks in. That was very effective. I want the piano to come back though. It has to.
Oh, I like they add the piano back in. Oh, the riff. Sexy.
Woo! Whoa! The water drop thingy.
Are you talking about that blah, blah? That sort of sine wavy sound?
Yeah.
That pulls you in.
Yeah, for real.
That motive is so catchy. Dun, dun, dun,
Beat
dun,
is
dun,
insane.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's a different. This feel.
Oh, that sure uplifts you.
Oh, booty! Sorry. Music.
Ah.
Oh wow, the way they did the uppercut when they said yeah. Yeah.
Triple lip phone.
Oh, give me that piano. Oh, and he's like caged. Yeah. Because slipped away. That's what you get for stealing.
Building up the lyric intensity by going into up in pitch. The wub. Oh, I like that intonation.
That's not what I expected. Ooh.
Well, since you mentioned that siren, I can't
That's
stop
all I
listening.
need.
Yeah, for real.
Boom, 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 boom. This is an infectious bass. Ride it, feel it, take it in. Express yourself. What was that, Charlotte? One more time? Yeah, that's what I thought. I agree.
I like it. Ooh,
I think
do we have
it's
split
great.
opinions?
But as far as this stuff being repeated over and over again, I feel
It
like
is.
there could be more.
It's like my
in
brain
between.
thinks it's repetitive, but my heart just feels this whole thing. You can say this song is a stealer of my heart.
That's a good line. Honey, that's what stole my heart.
They have this like snare come in that like accentuates the.
Oh. Oh.
You seem to enjoy that, Stephanie.
I really enjoyed that.
What parts?
Oh, the feel, and I love that 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that was so satisfying.
That was so satisfying every time. Like I could hear that all day.
Yeah.
That third beat, it always happened with like a really strong like bass and everything too. But the very last time, they were lacking that bottom part, and it was just like the vocal, and it felt lighter. And then they repeated that maybe like two times or something, and then the third time of the last part, they added that bass back again. I was like, yeah. So that was cool.
And I can imagine when they're like having a live performance, like da 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 da, and the crowd was like, yeah!
Something that always makes me nervous is when I hear a song start with the chorus. That makes me nervous because a lot of times if a song starts with a chorus and it's really high energy and it's super hype, really good, when they drop down to the verse, you just automatically like, oh no, because it's not as pushing, it's not as grooving. But this is like maybe the only song that I can think of right now that actually started with the chorus, and then when they dropped into the verse, it didn't lose energy because the bass came in, and that was awesome.
Harmonically, it's still staying in like this minor key, but the thing that really makes the different sections, like the verse from the pre-chorus to the chorus, like sound exciting is the instrumentation and how they use like different motifs and like the bass is. I think the bass is really funking throughout, but it's really prominent in the verse because that's like the only timbre you're really hearing, and then they like just build upon that. Another thing I liked was like whenever we hear like K-pop songs and like there's a rap verse, they always like try to change like the harmonic flow or just like the rhythmic play within like the like rhythm section, and like this one, like the rhythmic, like the harmonic rhythm just stayed constant and it didn't do any big change, and like the rap just kind of blended in with like the verses themselves, and like whenever the rap was done they would change the harmonic rhythm to like something else, and like I enjoyed that because I always thought it was just like, I don't know, I thought it was like corny, like we get it, you're rapping, it doesn't need to be like this huge thing. I like how the rapping kind of coincided with how the verses were going, so there was like this continuality, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't just like a big like change.
Continuity.
Continuity.
English is hard, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's effective working the extremities between that siren that we were talking about and the bass. Because I like how you said when the siren disappears, then I feel like the attention goes to the bass line. But when they're together, it's just a nice little sandwich of
High and low.
the boys.
Completely
Oh.
agree.
There's a lot of quirky little sounds and the little sine wave thing. Yeah,
The
those
sine wave
were
thing
the
is fun,
those
yeah.
were the things that I think elevated it for me. That they were doing interesting sonic experiments that maybe keeping the same jazzy chord progression. Yeah, I think those were the things that made me gravitate to it more.
And the opening was great. I just like how they went straight into C, E flat, A flat, G, ba da da da.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. That was great.
Yeah, that was cool how they put the piano at the very beginning, and then all of a sudden it completely changed to something else.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the piano again towards the end, I could tell like, oh, maybe because they used the piano just at the very beginning, maybe we're going to the end. So that was like kind of like a cool like cue, like ending cue.
So you talked about cleanness. Was that rhythmically clean or
Productively clean.
style?
Productively
The production
clean.
is
It's
clean.
for me when there's like way too much trouble, it messes my ears up and like there's a lot of things that I can't listen to. But this is very like Jason and I were able to hear like the percussion and like how like things were, you know, moving along in the song. So yeah, I think production wise it was very clean.
There's a lot of like different, almost different temperaments of sound that are going on because they almost like are in different pitches, but the way that they layered them and put them together for the rhythm of the beat, it was really good.
I think the way that they play with space too was just very attractive, I guess.
Henry, can you dictate a form as I say it?
The what? The forb?
Form!
Yeah,
The
I can.
form? What the
I also heard FORB.
Sorry, go ahead.
the fuck is a form?
Like,
Okay, beautiful introduction of jazz piano. So we have an 8-bar intro.
8-bar intro. Okay, 8-bar.
And then we go straight into a flippin' chorus.
With an anacrusis, yeah. I'm the stealer.
Yeah, Anacrusis, yeah. You can
Plus anacrusis. I teach this to my 4th grader. I'm gonna write down.
Also, can we mention that their voices are the ones that are holding down the chorus? They're backed up by percussion.
I mean, there's 11 of them. Hell yeah. All right. Oh wait,
Then we
it just
have
goes right
this
into a
fucking
verse?
bridge into the verse.
Is this a bridge?
It's the bass
Or an
line.
interlude?
Yeah, transition section.
Transition.
Let's say transition.
It could also be seen as like
With
a middle 8, which is just
Bass. 8 bars, right?
Yeah.
I like the.
Also, can we
Call
just
down.
appreciate that they've got a lot of feminine energy for an
Yeah.
all-boy group?
Yeah. Their movements are not just sharp. They're like
Their
they got
movements are
some
very-
sexy curves to them, right? Like this fluidity is what I mean.
Now we have a bridge.
Pre-chorus?
Pre-chorus, yeah.
Chorus.
But I like how the chorus is like so much more like masculine energy, and then everything else is feminine. And not feminine in a bad way. That boys can't be feminine, but just. Then we have that bass again.
I'm just gonna put bass.
Yeah, that works. Verse 2.
Pre-chorus.
Yeah, but it's different than the first one.
What's more singy? No.
More singy. It is more singy.
singy.
Chorus.
Bridge.
More mellow out.
Mellow. Halftime. They're only keeping beat with their voice, really.
Yeah.
Not much with
'Cause
the
the
piano.
piano's
It's
just
kind
giving
of
them
diamonds, yeah.
I don't know what we call this. This is the freaking fake out moment.
That's their.
Do you call this another verse?
That's like a deceptive thing.
It's deceptive,
Yeah, it's
absolutely, because what
deceptive.
you want it to do is to go into the chorus, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's bridge part 2. Deceptively.
I'm running out of space, yeah.
We got a rap again in there. Chorus.
Except chorus 3, since the instrumental is different.
Yeah, it is.
Or I guess chorus 2.
I'm just gonna put chorus prime.
Bass. Ugh. What's cool about this is this sets up a totally independent vibe. Like tonally, yes, we're in the same area, but like the vibe that it's setting up is not what the song goes into. To start out flat out with a chorus is freaking bomb. Let's just talk about
Yeah.
how sexy this bass line is. Because ow, all right? And then we finally have a verse. After we've had 3 other separate things, we get our freaking verse, freaking finally. And then we go back in, and then you think we've got some sort of form that's happening that's
Yeah,
somewhat normal.
repeatable.
Okay, but to throw in the bass then again is not
Expectations
typical.
broken, yeah.
that breaks
Well, it does
one.
follow the chorus again.
It follows what we've had
Right?
before.
Chorus, bass.
Then you go verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, fine. What really trips you up is this bridge, okay, that comes in after the original bridge. So you have this bridge come back, but that's deceptive what they do after that silence. Yeah, you like, what? WTF, where's the food? All right, like, what? And then to just end with the bass line again that just so perfectly ties everything together. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Have you ever stolen anything, Rafi? This song's really good.